Hi, my name is Bill, and I'd like to talk to you today about two topics. First of all, why it's a good idea to meditate every day, and how to get started. Okay, so why should you meditate and how to get started? Now, a little bit about me. I began my meditation practice in early 2014. And now it's 2019. So I've been at it about 5 years. I began with a very simple 7-minute meditation to a piece of music. Later in other videos, I'll actually share some music with you and so on. But now I've gotten away from using any kind of music or any kind of guided meditation because I get better results without anything. I really don't need anything. No music, no soundtrack, no words, nothing. It's so easy. And the benefits are amazing. Okay? So you can find a lot of information online about health benefits of meditation. And it keeps getting updated all the time. So I'm not going to go too much into that because it's easy to find and there's a lot of information out there about health benefits for your mind and your body. Instead, what I want to talk about is what I believe is the real benefit to meditation, the real payoff. And that is you get in touch with your spiritual self. Within you is a spiritual being. Now, if you're like me, I grew up in this physical world thinking, well, this is it. This is the so-called real world. But I've learned that the real world is my spiritual being inside. That's the real world. And once I made that discovery, life became a lot easier. Because when I get in touch with my spiritual being, my spiritual self, that's where all the wisdom is. That's where everything I need or want to know is there. I don't have to really figure anything out because my spiritual being knows what to do and when to do it in every circumstance. I can tell you a lot of stories about how this has played out in my life. But for right now, I just want to tell you the most valuable thing you can do is get in touch with your spiritual self, your spiritual being, for a little bit each day. I'm recommending try to start 7 minutes a day. And what I'm going to do in this video is just give you an easy way to get started. Okay? So let's go. So in this video, I'm going to talk about meditating just from a chair, a seated position in a chair. Personally, I really like meditating on the floor, especially on my yoga mat, sitting on a bolster or a cushion. But a chair is perfectly fine. You can meditate really well in a chair. So I'm going to give you a way to get started right now. So the first thing is, if you have some kind of a timer, that would help. Smartphone, really anything. 7 minutes. Just set it to 7 minutes and set it aside. Okay? If you do use a phone, you might want to put it in airplane mode or something like that, so nothing is going to disturb your meditation. If at all possible, try to be in a quiet space. At least a space where you're not going to be disturbed. Okay? If you live with people, you might ask them you might just let them know, hey, I'm going to go meditate for a few minutes. Just, if you need me, I'll be back. Okay. Uh, so put your phone on airplane mode, set it for 7 minutes, set it aside, and start it. Okay. Now, when you sit down to meditate, you want to be on your what you might call your sit bones. Your sit bones are kind of like your pelvic bone, but you're kind of sitting forward. Okay, you're sitting forward, so your spine is nice and straight, and you have this feeling that your torso is resting on your sit bones. So it's like you've got your pelvic bone, and think of like a snowman. It's got a base, it's got a center, and it's got a head. So the base is your pelvic bones, the center is your torso, and here's your head. And they're kind of stacked. Okay, your head is stacked on your torso is stacked on your sit bones. And you're kind of sitting there. And your arms are hanging from your shoulders. Okay, your face is relaxed. You can rest your hands on your knees. Some people like to touch the fingertips. But for right now, it doesn't matter. You can rest your hands like this. Okay? Whatever's comfortable for you. The important thing, you want to breathe. You want your spine to be nice and straight. You want the breath to flow in and out really easily. And with each exhale, you want to feel your upper body settle onto the sit bones. Everything is settling down. Your head is settling on your shoulders. Really, your head is settling at the top of your spine. Your shoulders are relaxing. Your torso is relaxing. You have the sensation that gravity is just pulling all your body parts down. Think about your feet. Your feet are relaxed. And as you breathe, you feel your pelvic bones resting. You feel your inner organs sort of expanding into the pelvic region. Your diaphragm is expanding, and it's kind of pushing on the other organs around it. So the breath is going all the way in, right down to the diaphragm. And it expands, and then you let it out. Try doing all the breaths through the nose, in and out. And just feel that sensation of resting, coming to a rest. And you can tell yourself some little cues. You can give yourself some little cues like, I'm completely stopping. I am completely stopping. I'm doing nothing. I'm giving myself a break. I'm completely stopping. I'm giving myself a break. I'm doing nothing. And you feel yourself continuing to settle. The face will settle, the eyes will settle, the jaw. You'll just keep settling. I am completely stopping. And when you're first starting with this practice, you might go the whole 7 minutes just barely feeling settled. Like you might not even start to feel settled until the end. That's fine. Do it every day. Do it a couple times a day if you can. But after you start feeling settled, then you can ask yourself a question. You could say, how do I feel? What's going on? Am I worried about anything? And here's where the magic comes in. If you are worried about something, if you have issues in your life that you're trying to work out, you don't want to really think about them. You want to feel about them. So if you're worried about something, you want to feel the worry. What does it feel like? If you have a problem you're trying to solve, you want to feel the problem. What is the concern? What's the issue? You want to feel it as a feeling, not as a thought. Your brain's not going to solve the hard problems, okay? Your brain's going to help you go shopping for groceries. Your brain's not going to solve the hard problems in your life. You have to feel the hard problems. So you say, how do I feel? And something might come up, a feeling. Let it come up. Just let that feeling be there. Your inner being is letting you know something, saying, here's how I feel. Okay. And just feel that for a little while. Don't figure anything out. Don't solve it. Just feel it. If it's a really uncomfortable feeling, then really feel it. I mean, really feel it. Because that's a big message coming from your body. Stay with the feeling. Stay with the feeling. And if there's no worry coming up, no issue coming up, then you might just feel a state of being that just feels peaceful. You might just feel peace, calm. I like to think of a very deep pond. And I'm underwater in this deep pond, and it's quiet. I know the world is out there. There might be some ripples on the water, but down deep, it's calm. And in my inner being, where the calmness is, if I could light a candle there, the flame of that candle would just burn straight up and down with no flicker. It'd just be a very still candle. Now, when you get good at meditation, you get to that in like 30 seconds. You can find that peace that I'm talking about, that calmness at the center of your being. You can get to it in 30 seconds. You can get to it while you're at a stoplight. You can get to it while you're in a grocery store line. You can get to it when you're in a meeting at work and people are just blabbing away. You can sit there with your eyes open, like you're paying attention, but really you're feeling some peace in the center of your being. You're just feeling that. That's a really good feeling. That's the real world. That peace in the center of your being, that's the real world. And it's always there. And it doesn't grab your attention. You kind of have to go in and feel it. It's not going to shout at you. It's not going to say, whoop, here I am. No, it's just going to be there, waiting for you to notice. Don't be discouraged if you're trying meditation for the first time and you aren't feeling any of the things I'm talking about. Don't worry about it. Just do the 7 minutes. When the alarm goes off, just kind of stop. Say, okay, that was a nice break. Because it was a break. You spent 7 minutes sitting in a chair. That's a break. You breathed. You gave your body a little break. For a few moments, you just kind of like put your problems aside. Maybe you're still churning around. That's fine. Let them churn. At least say, problems, I'm not going to deal with you now. I'll deal with you later. So give it a try. See how it goes. Thanks for listening.